Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to welcome you to my new weekly show, Adventurous Chat Log, where we talk all things about Final Fantasy XIV. We'll be discussing forum topics that are trending and interesting, and sometimes even the game itself, such as patches and different issues we face as players of Final Fantasy XIV. And here to join me in this first episode of Adventurous Chat Log is Deli, aka Ceci. Hello, hello.
Hello.
So, how about we do a simple introduction, just your name and how long you've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for?
Just my name is Cecilia, and I've been playing for about, since the third beta, whenever that was.
The third beta. Wow, that's a lot longer than me. I think I just started probably a week after 2.0 released. So, there you go. And then I got hacked and I didn't play for like a month.
Jesus.
And yeah, Square Enix was took forever basically to get back on. So anyway, we'll move on to our first topic. Basically, this was a post in the forums that sort of caught my eye and sort of, I guess, catapult this adventurous chat log. So so I was skimming through the forums, and the original poster for this post wrote like 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs long of basically rant and complaints. Whatever you want to call it, it certainly looks like a complaint to me or a rant. So anyway, long story short, the first paragraph talks about how there are less and less Twitch views after like a month, and then he goes about SE is basically recycling content of having the same old tried and true formula of 2 dungeons, 1 EX primal, and like a raid, a 24-man raid or a actual raid patch for every major patch. Then he goes on to compare Final Fantasy XIV to WoW, and WoW having more content, and people were actually complaining that there's too much to do. Now I'm not a WoW player, so I can't say anything about that. But in the end, finally, he asked why SE doesn't add our relic quest back in the release of 4.0, but he didn't want any Atma grinding. He just sort of wants like to have some sort of like endless grind in a way, and doing this grind basically give you some sort of growth in your character in some shape, or form. So he just wants like something like Black Desert Online and Diablo 3, which have like a soft cap, and you can just keep on just leveling and getting stats for that. That's what he wants. So I guess my question is, do you agree in the way that he wants, something like that, like something like a grind, but gives you extra stats? Let's say, having grinding for like 2 hours and gives you like 1 intelligent points or something like that.
Um, isn't that kind of what the relic's about anyway? Grinding just for like stat boost or gear in general.
Yeah, and I think the only difference is you pretty much have to get the material, right? I mean, I haven't done any of the relic quests in the past. Basically, in 3.0, I just after after you do the dungeons, I pretty much quit.
Yeah, I don't think there was was there materia in the Heavenswood one? I can't remember, but I know you have to use materia on the relic
Yeah, and the 2.0 one,
one.
definitely you have to, because I got up to that point where I was like grinding for light, and I'm just like I'm stopping this. This is ridiculous. Atmo is ridiculous.
Yeah, it got a little bit silly to be honest. But
So, do you want something like, say, the relic quest to be released on, like, when they release Stormblood, basically, so you have something to grind to do?
yeah, it would be useful because, to be honest, Stormblood didn't really have much content at release. It had like 2 primals, and that was it.
Yeah, it's sort of something like Heaven's Word, where they pretty much just release, even I mean, the last boss in Heaven's Word was pretty crap, but Shinryu was pretty challenging for most players, especially um, the casual side of the players. I guess my only concern with something like an endless, like there's no cap, like, having just a soft cap and having you can sort of grind out up to, infinity basically, is like for players who have a job, who who can only play like 2 hours or 3 hours a day. They wouldn't be the skill level is already like, there's a huge disadvantage for casual players already. Like, if you're a hardcore or a mid-core player, you you'll blast through the raid content. Like Omega right now, it was what, finished in 3 days. So yeah, I feel like there's gonna be more of a gap, seeing if we can have that. So I mean, I don't mind having the relic quest, but the relic quest should have some sort of cap.
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose so. Um, about that Diablo 3 thing where we talking about grinding for like an intelligence point and thing like that.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think that's really a very good thing for this type of game because it's basically mandatory to get it to, raid and stuff. So
yeah, that's how I feel. Like, basically, the hardcore players will be like, there's the difference in DPS from a hardcore player for the casual player is already like, you know, a huge gap in there, and he's sort of asking if we can get something like that. And I'm like, no, you can have the relic, but as long as it has like a ceiling to it, so the comparison. I know there's a lot of people who use DPS parsers and stuff like that. So I feel like there's gonna be a bigger gap there. So uh, I guess the other thing is, are you actually bored of Stormblood right now? They just released. It's what, third week of the raid. Do you feel bored already?
honestly, yeah, I kind of am. There needs
Hey,
to be more different like content, not just the same, uh, 4 boss fights every couple of months thing.
yeah. So I sort of agree in a way. Uh, sometimes I'm just logged on and just staring at the screen, or I'm not even doing anything. I'm just logged on. I'm doing something else. So, and I sort of agree in a way, but I suppose for me, I'm not entirely super bored of the game. I still want to level other jobs. Now, I don't know the original poster. I don't know if he's already, leveled up every sort of job, or um, he just leveled one job and finished the whole entire game with just one job. So I feel like, yes, it's boring in a way, but I'm not completely to the edge yet.
Yeah, I agree because um, there's still obviously things to do, but in the way of like challenging combat content, you've got the 4 bosses and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, leveling's not challenging combat content. It's combat content, but it's not challenging. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
think. need
Yeah,
something else.
I feel the same. I mean, since we're not in any sort of static at the moment, doing O3S is kind of like the biggest challenge we have really at the moment. Um,
Let's just challenge to find other players. So
yeah. I agree. I agree. Um, but yeah, I guess I sort of agree in some way what he's saying, but I don't want there to be sort of like a huge gap between the players. Because honestly, I feel there's like, four types of players in Final Fantasy. You got your casual, your mid-core, and then you got your hardcore, and then you got those outliers where they're hardcore, but they don't actually level up everything, They just want to finish the hardest content and be done with it every week. So, and those people who just rush everything. There's achievement hunters and um, yeah, and I don't
yeah,
know what type of player this person is, but it seems to me like he's super bored already. I actually don't mind the two dungeons, EX Primal, one EX Primal, and then one raid patch. It's consistent rather than repetitive, but at the same time, you want something more challenging, especially the four-man dungeons. I feel they can really do something with that.
yeah, I think so too. But also, I think mm, they
Didn't
don't
they
want to make
mention
it too
something
challenging
about
though.
doing something harder for the four-man dungeon sometime?
Yeah, they did, but it doesn't seem like there's that much difference. Well, actually, there's a little bit of difference because you've got like the Ravana type boss and all that kind of stuff. There's a few more mechanics, but it's not really super intense or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Um, in I guess talking about this, we are getting super savage.
Yeah, I actually really like that idea because, um, oh wait, is it the same as the old Savage where they're not like giving any new gear for it or anything? Right, it's
I
just like a
think
title.
they are giving you something for it. I think they are giving you something, but I'm not sure what the reward is. But the prerequisite for it or whatever is you do O4S first.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, I really like that as that. Uh, what do you call it? I
I guess
like
it's
that
something
idea
to
because
shoot for, right? Like if you've done O4S, there's another one that you can do.
yeah, and I kind of like the idea that there's no gear attached to it or anything as well because it's actually just for the challenge, which is
Yeah, I mean, I don't
what you
mind if
want,
there's no
isn't
reward
it?
for it, but having a reward for it that maybe something like, a dyeable
A
gear or
mount or
something.
something cosmetic, I guess. But
Yeah. I wouldn't mind just doing it for the challenge as well. I mean, um, it's pretty exciting to actually think of Super Savage, and that's something because I think when they released the two dungeon, one EX Primal, and one major raid content, I feel sometimes they do something else, but it's hit and miss. Like Golden Saucer I think was a miss. I
yeah,
actually don't understand why people wanted Golden Saucer. Why would you want to do a mini game in a MMO where there's other things to do? I think that was a
uh,
huge miss. And
yeah, I
then
guess it was
they,
just like a side thing,
yeah,
like
and
I
they,
don't know, like mining or something.
yeah. And then there was what did they added like the Minions game there, right?
Yeah, Lords of Dominion or something like that.
Yeah, I never played that. I never
Me either.
play. I didn't even do Chocobo racing. I feel like why would I want to do that here?
I did that. I did it once when they had that double MGP thing, but that was it, and it was pretty boring to be honest.
I didn't even get the quest, man. I didn't get the quest for that. And then
Yeah,
they tried what's what's that one where you have to have like a FC airship and you have to go to like this instance.
Diadem.
Yeah, that's it, Diadem. That was a miss too.
That was a fucking complete miss. Excuse my French, but
I feel that was just huge miss. But they are trying to have something else. But I feel like this Super Savage, I think might be the hit. Now
Yeah.
there's some hints. Yoshi P said that it will be a nostalgic fight and it can make you dizzy. Those are the hints.
Um, that's gonna be interesting to see then.
Yeah. Honestly, if I think nostalgic fights, um, I think of Titan.
Yeah, me too actually, because he was like
He
the
was the biggest
king 2.0
challenge.
or whatever. Yeah.
Basically, when you first did your relic quest in 2.0, right? Titan Hard was, that was it. Titan Hard was hard. Most people couldn't beat him.
Yeah, I still remember tanking him as a paladin, and I had the like crappy dungeon gear, and he just destroyed me. I had to grind for like the dark light stuff.
Yeah, the Dark Light stuff. I honestly think it might be time, but I don't know about the dizzy thing. I mean,
Yeah, what's that about? Maybe can't think of any fights that make you dizzy.
well, I was watching Mr. Happy, and he thinks it's T5, Twin Tanya fight.
How does that make you dizzy though? Other than
Twisters.
the camera, yeah, and looking
Twisters makes
for.
you dizzy. That's what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm happy if it's Twin Tanya. I don't mind doing Twin Tanya again.
Then it's fun.
Especially a super savage version of it.
That'd be interesting.
But the thing is, like, they've already did the second tier, second coil basically, right? A savage, and
Yeah.
that's still pretty hard if you do it unsync. Even even doing
Still shit
sync
though.
sometimes is pretty hard.
Yeah, it's
You,
still shit
you
though,
just
isn't it?
try to ignore mechanics, but like the mechanics kill you anyway. So,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping if it's either Titan or Titania, it's fine. I'd like to see Titan though. The Titan Extreme was hard as well. That was difficult. A lot of people. I think that's where my fiance now. She quit because of that.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult for a casual player to beat Titan Extreme. So, yeah, hopefully Super Savage it will be a hit. I'm really hoping. I don't know when they're gonna release it though. Do you remember? Was it 4.1 with the 24-man raid?
Um, I don't recall seeing a time schedule for it, so I'm not sure.
So, hopefully it'll be on 4.1 with the 24-man raid, and that would be Evilus, uh, wouldn't it? That's what they're
Yeah.
putting the 24-man raid. I guess talking about patches and everything, patch 4.06 came out just yesterday, and I'm kind of sad. There's
Yeah, it
still
was a
no
little
monk
bit
buffs.
just pretty
I'm
sad.
still waiting for that monk buff, man.
Yeah. Monks have cleared O4S. Then again, so does everybody else, but
Yeah. I just feel, I mean, DPS wise, like I've said in my past videos, I'm happy with the DPS thing. I've made my peace with the DPS thing. It's just like I just want quality of life stuff. Like get rid of this tackle mastery bullshit.
yeah, that was completely actually unnecessary. Like, and it's especially for a level 66 trait or 68 or something like that. 66, I think. You get
66, I think.
30, 30 potency for a level 66 trait. Really? Come
It's
on.
so underwhelming leveling a monk. It's so underwhelming. I have to say, it's a very, very underwhelming. When I was leveling it, I was like, oh, I'm level 62. What do I get? Oh, deep meditation. Level 64. What do I get? Oh, I think it was tackle mastery or, um, what was that? The earth thing?
Oh, Riddle of Earth. That was
Yeah, Riddle of
64, I
Earth.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, And then, riddle over, that should be okay. And then I try using it. Oh, I have to get hit to refresh my grease lightning.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of okay for some things, but it's still, and it's like it feels laggy as well. Maybe that's just me, but
uh, I'm, I'm sort of okay with riddle over. I sort of made a little piece with it, but it's still fucking stupid that you have to get hit for it to refresh.
yeah,
Uh,
you like in was it Shisao of the Violet
she,
Tides or whatever that dungeon is?
yeah, Shisui.
Yeah, and you run into
The
the
boss.
last boss with those little puddle things you gotta
Yeah,
run
yeah,
into to
yeah.
get it refreshed. It's so stupid.
I did that too. Oh man. And yeah, 66 is the tackle mastery, which is another underwhelming skill. Riddle of Fire is just really fucks my rotation. Well, it doesn't, not my rotation, but it feels like I'm pressing the button extra longer.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes my body just goes for the next combo because I know I should be in there, but it's not. So um, made my peace with that as well, sort of. Brotherhood, which I think probably the best skill, but I feel like Brotherhood should be something like the 66 skill, and we get something else.
yeah. Brotherhood is actually yeah, it is probably the best thing they've got right now,
Yeah.
especially because like they're not the big dick DPS anymore. They are samurai, so
No, that's Samurai now, and actually looking through the Samurai rotation and stuff, it was like I think what was that off cooldown skill that you need 25
Shinton.
Shitten? Yeah, there's like a thingy for that now that you have to spam that skill. So
Oh, Hagakure.
yeah,
I mean, spamming it during Hagakure.
no, it's spamming Shitten. So basically, the rotation for Samurai right now is so you do your Midari Setsugeka rotation, right? And
Yeah.
then basically you use Hagakure once you get another three tokens basically. Once you get that three tokens, you absorb that and just with the Hagakure and then just spam Shitten.
Yeah, I've heard about that as well. I don't really
Yeah. So
understand the math
and then
behind it. But
and then you alternate between the two because Hagakure has that cooldown. And apparently that's how you play Samurai now. So it's quite broken.
wait,
And
do people alternate between that? I never knew that.
yeah, I did see a samurai do that, and he was leaps and bounds beyond my DPS as a monk.
Yeah, well, I did notice that Hagakure seems to still have about 8 seconds left or so
Hmm.
when you want to, when you get your next three tokens. So, yeah, I guess mid-airing there is fine. So,
Yeah, so Midara there, and then once you get your tokens, absorb, and then spam shit in again.
yeah.
And then you rinse and repeat, basically between the two. So, yeah, I find Samurai really OP in this. And they haven't changed anything, and they don't plan to change anything with Samurai. But I guess uh, Dragoon's getting a lot of love. They've had two patches where they've had increased potency.
Mm,
I don't hear any
well,
of the Dragoons really complaining.
I hear them a lot, to be honest. But,
Really?
um,
I think the
yeah,
main complaint I heard was their new
after
skill,
the
the
dragon.
the one with the eye. Yeah, Dragon's Eye is it? I'm not really sure what
The skill or the actual like buff?
the actual buff.
Ah, yeah, it's Laugh at the Dragon.
Yeah, because they increased that from 6 yalms to 12 yalms in the last patch.
Oh, Eye of the Dragon. That's the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, there you go, the Eye of the Dragon. So, um, and then now they have increased potencies. I mean, I used to play Dragoon, but it seems like I want to play it more now. Straight up 50 potency buffs on Fang and Claw and Wheeling Thrusts from 200 and 250.
Wasn't that just for wait? I thought that was only for the uncomboed version.
Oh, it says here potency increased from 200 to 250. I got it open on one of my windows, and that's what it's saying.
Um,
Heavy thrust increased from 100 to 140 potency.
oh yeah, that's the uncomboed version though. See,
It is
it
the
was always
combo?
180 on a flank. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, still, that 50
it's less
potency.
punishing.
Monk's got 10 potency drop on every skill when that's with the combo.
Yeah, I think they just. Not really 100% certain why they buffed the potency on the uncomboed versions. I suppose it's for certain fights where you have to miss
Yeah,
positionals,
you
but
will miss it, but yeah. Rogue Ninja got Eolin Age increased potency. I haven't played Ninja since 3.0, so I'm gonna leave that. But I actually play Bard now, and I was going to ask Maya to come with us 'cause since she plays Bard, but um, I I went into a I think a normal Delta Scape version 1, I think it was, and the straight shot increased duration is I'm happy about it. I'm happy for the bards about the straight shot increased duration because you can use refulgent arrow a lot more basically. So you won't have to be scared of dropping straight shot, when you have to use iron jaws to refresh your um, dots. And then Barrage has reduced recast time to 80 seconds, and all the songs effects now, you don't have to deal damage. So what? I don't know if you know, but the Mage's Ballad, Army Peon, and Wondrous Minuet, if you hit a boss who's invulnerable before, you wouldn't be able to activate the song. So basically, you wasted that whole song for 30 seconds.
yeah, that was stupid. That was a good change though, because that was
Yeah.
actually dumb.
Now, here's what I want to talk about with you. You used to play Machinist. What do you think
Yes.
of the latest? They did get a buff last patch, and now they got another buff this patch. What do you think?
Well, my machinist is still 60, to be honest, because the it didn't look very fun in Storm's Blood, to be like it just didn't look fun at all.
Yeah.
But um, I still think they need more of a buff. What they did doesn't look like it's going to do fuck all for the issues that machinist has, which is in comparison to Bard, it has absolutely like nothing utility-wise. You've got dismantle and hypercharge, which is nerfed.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that.
Well, hypercharge was pretty fucking strong in Heavenswood, but they've already buffed Bard to compensate, so why did you really need to nerf it that bad?
I love that hypercharge when you used to play Machinist.
Yeah, that was good shit.
Yeah, that was really good. Summoner, I'm not even gonna talk about the Summoner, man.
10 potency. 10 potency.
You're playing Summoner right now. What do
Yeah.
you think?
It's okay, but it's like it's not really anything major. It's fine, I guess. I'll take it. It's free DPS, but
Oh, I think Summoner probably has the short end of the stick between all the casters this time around.
yeah, it does.
Black Mage is so much fun to play.
Yeah, Black Mage is like the samurai of casters now. It's
Yeah,
fucking
I really
shits out
enjoy
damage.
playing Black Mage. You just see that those numbers, especially with Foul. Yeah, really enjoy that. I haven't tried Red Mage though, but you play Red Mage. What do
Yeah,
you
Red
think?
Mage is very easy class. Very, very, very simple. But it's kind of fun, even for its simplicity, I guess.
Do you think it's a little bit OP if you compare it to the casters? The way you can
Hmm.
DPS, have Revive, have Vert Cure as well.
Hmm.
I don't really
Pretty
see
OP.
a lot of Red Mage actually using Vert Cure.
Yeah, it's not really that great. It's
Mm.
kind of a waste of. I mean, Yeah, it's a
But
waste.
that dual cast revive,
Yeah, the revive is really useful.
yeah.
Um,
Do you
the,
think they're gonna change that?
I hope not. If they change it, then it's kind of like, why even bring red mage? Nah, they're still good, but it'll suck.
Embolden? Is that what it was? Embolden?
Embolden, yeah.
Embolden, yeah. Bring Red Mage for that. Bring Red Mage
Yeah,
for
I mean
that.
that's basically the reason you bring them, and like their flexibility, I suppose.
Yeah. They're much more mobile, right? Like they have the summoner sort of mobility. Or
Yeah,
not
pretty much.
really. What's their
Yeah,
casting time like?
very fast. Your like main spells are about the same as like a fire from a black mage, a normal fire.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty much the same then.
Yeah, but
Alright.
you get every second global is instant. So
Like
you
with the
just do
dual
whatever you want.
casting.
Yeah.
Alright. So I think that's much of what I want to talk about this week. Thanks again, Ceci, for coming. I'm gonna try and get Maya next week.
Okie dokie. We'll see how
I'm
it
gonna,
works.
I'm gonna try and get her. We might get you back as well if you have the time.
Sure
Uh,
thing.
but yeah,
That's it for this video, guys. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it fun at all. As always, I'd like to hear from you guys what you think of basically Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Are you guys bored with it already? And of course, talk about the latest patch 4.06 and what are your thoughts if you are playing Bard or any of the basically all the classes that or jobs that they have buffed. I want to hear from you guys what you think of those. Anyway, also follow me on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming, and you can also follow me on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. And I think that's it for this video. This is Munchkins logging off. And I'll see you guys in the next one.